Greetings, Aceman here, and welcome to the first video from Acey Ducey Productions. In 2013, I'm really going to increase my digital game. Tweets, blogs, websites, and a lot more. But right now, I'm just going to start it off with a little YouTube video and give you a tour of Aceman's Sonic Temple, as I like to call it. So, at this point, just pause the video, get yourself a tasty beverage, Glenmorangie, Doublewood and Sherry, single malt, good stuff. Make yourself comfortable, sit back, and enjoy a tour of my gear. Hey everybody, welcome to the computer room. I think you can tell why it's called the computer room. Anyway, over the holidays I had a little time to do some projects. And one of those projects was getting a lot of my guitar crap off the floor and out of the way for my wife. So, took a little alcove, slapped up a few shelves, and created Aceman's Sonic Temple here in the computer room where I do most of my music. I'm open to options for names if you want to. I'm not really tied to that Sonic Temple thing, but let's go take a look and see what we got going. Alright everybody, there's the Sonic Temple, formerly known as the Wall of Paul. And this is my over the Christmas holidays project. So you can see, got a little alcove there, and what I basically did was I went and I slapped up a few rails. There you can see the rails. And threw up some shelves. And put all my gear together. And you can see, here's the gear. There's my amplifiers. 3 of them. Got a Crate Acoustic, the Rolling Cube 30, and a Fender Tweed Blues Junior. And of course down here we've got a whole batch of pedals. I've got a pedal board project there on the floor and a bunch more on the shelf and some chords and stuff. And then of course we've got a bunch of guitars. There's an Ovation Acoustic, a couple of Les Pauls, another Les Paul, there's a Dean Cadillac, a Dean Vendetta. There's my kitchen, in case you're wondering where that's going to be chicken wings in that pot there soon. There's another Les Paul project going on. There's another Dean. My Cherry Sunburst Cadillac is usually in that spot, but into the shop right now getting some stuff done because I was in a hurry and busy and just didn't feel like doing it. It's a little 12-string action there. And there's sheepskins, for those of you who didn't really believe I had a bunch of degrees. There they are. Anyway, so that's an overview of, as I said, the Sonic Temple there. And so we're going to delve in depth and take a look at each of the pieces of gear here in some detail. So again, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright. Let's just jump in and start with the old Crate Acoustic right there. It's a little Crate CA30. Basically, I use it to sing through the microphone and play acoustic guitar right there. It's pretty simple, you know. It's basically a simple little PA. I do all my processing. It's got some DSP if you want, but again, I use it just for basically mic and guitar at the same time. That's about all there is to say about that. There's my Roland Cube 30. Now, I know some of you guys are a bunch of tone purists and require tubes, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, I'm an old man. 30 watts gets me home. Anywhere I go play out, somebody's got half stack or whatever for me to plug into anyway. And quite honestly, this thing is simple and fast. It may not have the greatest tone in the world, but it's really, really great at getting the sound I need. So if I'm going to play some Chicago-style blues, I slap it on the blackface setting, tweak my EQ, toss a splash of verb on there, good to go. If I want to get my Acey Ducey on, no problem. I set it to Marshall stack, juice my mids and treble, hit the gain, done. As a fan of 80s metal, no problem. I put it on that 5150 model, a little more gain, put some delay actually, and a little bit of chorus and instant 80s. I want to play some Zeppelin or ZZ Top, the blackface, not blackface, sorry, the tweed model, back off the gain a bit, good to go for Zeppelin and ZZ Top. So, you know, it's just fast, cheap, and easy to plug in, sound decent, no fuss, no muss. And for those of you who really must have tubes, and sometimes that is me, I've got this little darling right here. My little Fender Pro Junior. 1 volume, 1 tone, 4 tubes, and a speaker. And by the way, the speaker is no longer the original. It's a Weber Blueback in there. Even I forget what it was, but it's not the original speaker. And so when we just got to have tube goodness, we go right to this. And you can turn that all the way up from quiet to scream and just tweak the one EQ knob for a little brighter, a little darker, depending on what guitar I'm playing. So there you have it. That's Aceman's 3 main amps right there. And living in a house with a wife and 3 kids and not playing in a band full-time or anything, these get me pretty far. Alright guys, I don't know how many of you remember my pedal board post, but what you see right here is my acoustic pedal board under construction. And again, I know you acoustic purists are going, oh my god, look at all the crap he's running his acoustic through. Hey, that's my acoustic. It's an Ovation Celebrity. It's not all that until you run it through this. So my signal chain goes into that Planet Waves tuner there. Thank you, Evan Scott, for that. Picked that up from Evan at User Group Day. Then it goes into the compressor there, and that's a Monty Allums modded. I'm not going to turn the pretty blue light on for you. I run out of the compressor into that Zoom, and there I usually set it for a Martin D28 model, sometimes a Gibson J45, sometimes I use a few other things. But, you know, mostly I really work that and just twist the hell out of the sound of that Ovation until it sounds like something pretty semi-awesome. From there, we go to the Chorus Factory. That's my main chorus pedal. I love that thing. 7 different flavors of chorus, a whole lot of tweakability there. Each of those knobs is, those are concentric knobs, so you've got level, speed, and depth for all the chorus models, and then you got 3 more parameters you can tweak too. So, you know, if you dig a small clone but you wanted to adjust it, you can do that. There's my Boss digital delay. So, for example, when I get my Bon Jovi Wanted Dead or Alive, I just step on both of those. Or if I'm playing with another guitar player, I like to, you know, toss a little chorus on there just to stand out from him. Anyway, once we've ran it through all that crap to get the awesomeness back to it, we go right to our Aphex acoustic exciter there. And I'm going to put one of those power strips back there is going to go into that pedal board underneath the second tier there. I need to add another spacer to it at this point, but I'm going to get attached in there at some point. Anyway, that's my acoustic pedal board. Now, as most of you know, though, I'm very much an electric player, so there's all my dirt right there. And we'll take that from cleanest to nastiest. Starting over here, I've got my very beloved 70s MXR micro amp. No LED on there. That's okay. You step on that bad boy, you'll know it. That's my personal favorite boost right there for clean boost. There's my old reissue Ibanez Tube Screamer, just a classic. Y'all know it, you love it. Everybody ought to have one or some flavor of it. Now, sometimes, of course, you realize you need more than a Tube Screamer to deliver, and that's where I got this. This is my very favorite Tube Screamer. It's my Stamps Drive-O-Matic. 2 channels, channel A, channel B, that little switch in the middle. That's a tight and loose switch. I generally keep it on tight, and the presence knob, which I love. So usually I run that into this and turn it into 3 channels. I set the fender for just a little bit of breakup from the guitar, and then I take the first channel of that for breakup into overdrive, and then I set the lead channel for, well, lead. There's my new supercharged overdrive by Calenbred. That's one of the older models of it. I love this thing too. By the way, sounds killer with my JB8. And then I have this trio of big hair 80s rockers. If you don't know these bad boys, well, you don't know big hair metal. Of course, the Boss HM2. A lot of people hate it. No doubt that treble control is a little particular. It's got a particular sound, but hey, sometimes you need the sound of the Scorpions in the 80s, and that's it. This little pink bomb right here, that is my Washburn Accelerator Series stack in a box. That was my very first fuzz pedal. Still have it today, and I love it. It's a little brighter sounding, a little tighter sounding. It's got that 4 MOSFET preamps in it there. Pretty cool. And just recently I picked up this, the DoD American Metal, which is pretty much DoD's take on that thing. This is a little thicker, a little denser, a little more heavy as the metal goes. So that's my range of dirt from boost, overdrive, overdrive and more overdrive, overdrive into distortion, and 3 different flavors of metal distortion. Of course, I got a few extra swirlies that I didn't talk about over here. There's my Accelerator Series Stereo Chorus, which actually is pretty good. Just if you just need basic chorus, it's fine. Right now I'm sporting a couple of trims. You may know I'm a fan of tremolo. For low budget, I'm going with that VT3, a very tasty little old school style trem. But when you really got to get your trem on, Diaz Tremodillo, except no substitutes, with the speed knob for when you need some rave up, hyperspeed, mojo drive action going on. And of course my beloved Holy Grail reverb, which again, that Tremodillo and the Grail right there usually get paired with stamps, going into that for some just toneful stuff. So yeah, so while you guys may know me as an aficionado of the cheap and the fizzy, don't forget, Aceman does have a toneful side to him. And of course, the world would not be, oops, sorry about that. I said this was the first video by Acey Ducey Productions. My Thomas Organ Company Crybaby Stereo Fuzz Wah volume right there. Look at that bad boy. Fuzz modes, mono, stereo, mono with volume. And this thing is just, man, you step on the fuzz on that and you get your wah going, you are instant voodoo child. So that's Aceman's pedals right there. So we've covered the amps and we've covered the pedals. Let's move on to the guitars. Alright everybody, here we go. As you know, lately I've been doing a lot of solo acoustic and duo acoustic stylings. And mostly I do that on this Ovation Celebrity guitar right here. This is of course very cool because thin, very thin. And I love the way the neck feels on this thing. Very handy to play. And of course if I'm playing with somebody, I usually play leads and stuff, because the solo acoustic crowd or duo acoustic crowd, they're generally not ripping it up. But yeah, I love this. So this is my my main acoustic axe. Now this one right here, that's Jackie, my 1973. Somebody didn't take out the garbage. You know who that might be, Logan? Yeah, you. Why don't you go take the garbage out? Anyway, that's my 1973 Les Paul Standard. This guy is loaded with DiMarzio Super Distortion and DiMarzio PAF. So whenever you need to get your Ace Frehley on, this is the guitar of choice. Keep that thing tuned to E flat. Right up above it, there's good old number 1. My 1979 Les Paul Standard, Cherry Sunburst. Now, this thing is, of course, loaded with my very favorite Seymour Duncan distortion, and that's the original T-top in it. Now, this thing has been through the wars. You can see there's a dinge of something. There's a bump under there where I dropped a hammer on it or something like that. There's some stains on here that probably won't come out without some Novus polish or something. But hey, I don't care. Take a look at this real quick. There's the... It's got a little bit of belt rash, and it's just down to the bare wood there. And there used to be finish on the neck, but it's pretty much down to the bare maple. That one's been with me since 1979. So that's my number 1 right there. Over here we have my Les Paul Studio Gem. Now you can see some of the flame on there, but not all of it. Again, you need to see that thing. It's very subtle, very sexy. And that's got a Duncan Vintage P90 in the neck and a Duncan Custom in the bridge. So up there in the neck you can get your jazz on and some fat blues with some cut. Down here it's pure rock, R-A-W-K. You know what I'm talking about, for those of you fans of the Custom. And that's my gem right there. And right here is my Cadillac. That's my Dean 2003 Silverburst Cadillac, DOA model that they put out usually every year. I picked that up in a pawn shop for $260. And this is probably my number 3 favorite playing guitar. Feels as good as that one and that one right there. This is a really awesome guitar. This one came with a JB, and I was not loving the JB, so it became a JB8. Those things are also tapped. So pretty versatile guitar, pretty flexible, and the JB8's just rock. This is my heavy rock guitar, although those Les Pauls can rock pretty heavy too. Now right here we've got a junky old Dean Vendetta for 60 bones, and that thing isn't going to look like that. You guys know what happened the last time I got one of these. I already know what I'm going to do with it. I just haven't really had time to do that. Oh wait, what was that? Scotch. Again, enjoy, take a tasty beverage break there. Ah, good stuff. All right. Over here we have what happened to the last Dean Vendetta I got my hands on. It became this thing. The Chops Builder, as I refer to it, my little construction guy. I think of this guitar every time I drive by one of those on the road. And this, of course, has Duncan Blackout. I was never a fan of active pickups, but man, I love this thing. And this guitar, I actually play the hell out of this thing. It's kind of like just a grab and play thing. It's real simple, you know, just knob and on off, so you can't really futz with it. So it's really lightweight. I play this a lot. And of course, where else are you going to put the caution guitar strap? And up here is my Cayman GTX 36. And this is a project going on right now. That's a real PAF Marzio in there. That's a tone zone at the moment. But this one is under construction. But if you're wondering what it might be turning into, let me give you a little hint. Check out the Grover Pearl tuners on that. Where have we seen those before? I picked those up at the Orlando Guitar Show with Strat Deluxer and Bassmatic. Thank you for inviting me to that, guys, or I wouldn't have found those. So, just saying, there's a certain guitar that you need to build. You need those to build, and I'm turning this into it. So, we'll see what happens there. Some spare wood for some additional pedal board projects. And right there we got the world's cheapest Yamaha 12-string. Been with me for a decade or more. Thing's fantastic. And of course, even my acoustic 12-string is loaded with a Duncan. I got a Woody tucked right in there for amplifying that guy. And I do things like Free Fallin' by Tom Petty, and Fins by Jimmy Buffett, and Lion Eyes by the Eagles. I break out the 12-string because nothing sounds like a 12-string. And like I said, my Cherry Sunburst Cadillac is not here at the moment. Maybe I'll see if my son can do a little digital editing of that, and we'll get the Cadillac in there, get some images of it. He's my son is my digital editor. Anyway, also on my shelves, you can see here I got a bin for patch cables and stuff, and ooh, there's a Zebra set, a Pearly Gates neck and custom bridge. Boy, wouldn't they look good in a Michael Schenker V. Some batteries and such. There's my Planet Waves guitar / beer holder. BTMN didn't believe me that that's what that thing did. Receipt for my, so I can pick up that Cadillac at the shop. I do most of my own work, but oh, that's right. I clean my guitars with Lemon Pledge. Deal with it. There I got a little tray where I keep tuners and picks and capo and stuff. That's real important for actual acoustic stuff. Gotta learn to use one of those. Got there's my DOA cards, and there's my Duncan user group day 2011, and got my all my tab books right there. Oh, what do we have there? Look at that. That's my 1979 guitar player with Ace Frehley. Oh, look at the tuners on that Les Paul. Looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? Stay tuned. We'll see how that guitar turns out. Guitar player repair guide. Every guitar player should have one of those. And there's a Seymour Duncan bag. There's my Bret Michaels hat and wig and bandana. A couple more books up there. So,